What you doing? I'm the AC, and this is Otaku News Reviews. I'm going to be talking about the brand new series Demon Lord Exchange or Sama Exchange by Riya Hozmi. This is the episode 1, which came out on Manga Plus. It's a Shonen Jump Plus series on June 9th, 2023. It is a kind of an average length, a little bit shorter length for a first chapter at 53 pages. The translation is by Mei Inao, lettering by Alya Nibala, and editing is medibang. This is Riya Hozmi's first or debut manga, at least on Manga Plus. I looked for more credits, but there were little things, but this seems to be the first full story with both art and story by Riya. So as far as the first chapter and plot of this story goes, the introduction to it at least, I kind of liked it. There's really not much to this first chapter. Reading the description for what this manga is going to be about would be enough and would pretty much tell you exactly what this first chapter does, because that all it really is. It's a setup for the plot. There's a little bit extra stuff, but pretty much the beginning is what you get, and the rest is just like, you gotta fill pages, and it's not a bad thing. It's entertaining, it gives you a little insight, but overall, not a lot, and not necessarily in a bad way. So, talking about the plot of this, once every 7 years, there's a party of adventurers, fighters, whatever, sent to defeat the Demon Lord. We don't know why, but apparently this party is the 48th one, and only the third to actually get in the castle. They're feeling really cocky. That is until their priest, named Atty, pretty much wants to tell the hero Filina after this fight is over. It pretty much just want to confess. And another one of the members, who they don't name yet, pretty much tells them, don't do that. That's a death flag, which we see right away is pretty much true. 2 of them are dead in coffins. Their names aren't revealed until almost halfway through. Already forgot what they are. And then Addie's almost dead. Felina seems fine. But the Demon Lord makes a deal for some reason that he wants to switch body with Felina for a year. And this will give him a chance to resurrect their 2 dead members, as well as, not kill Atty and Felina. So then Atty passes out, has some kind of flashback going to, he was some kind of little church kid, and Felina was the one sticking up for him. Eventually she's chosen as the hero and leaves, and he promises her that he will protect her later, read up, get smart, and that's how he came into his priest role. So when Atty awakes, the deal's already been made. Demon Lord's in Felina's body, Felina's in Demon Lord's body, and he is going to be the servant to the Demon Lord and Felina's body. And the Demon Lord, just from talking right away, really is just like a leader of a kingdom, and I guess has subjects to rule and a whole domain to himself. We don't see much more of that, but he's not just like some monster just sitting in a castle waiting. He did have like whole life and responsibilities, kind of. And Felina just kind of left to that, but he says it'll be alright to just be gone for a year. But yeah, these 2 have been lost in the forest for 5 days, but they need to hurry to the capital to resurrect Nika and King, the 2 dead members, while Felina's just staying in the castle doing what I assume we'll see flashbacks at some point, or like, just a perspective of what Felina's doing whenever. I can't imagine they're just completely forget about her, but hey, it also might. It'll be weird though. Then all of a sudden they're attacked by a giant hell spider, and turns out the Demon Lord is afraid of spiders for some reason. I don't get it. It's kind of silly. It's kind of funny. It's also like, whatever. But then he remembers, oh yeah, he's a Demon Lord. So he uses this attack, Dante Vex, Baruch, and easily just annihilates the spider. And also realizes he keeps the same attacks and power, but loses the size of his MP pool and passes out. Which is, I don't know, it makes no sense why, I don't know. It makes no sense why he keeps that stuff and loses the MP pool. I would have thought he would just lose everything and not realize that until after switching body. I think that would have made more sense and kind of give the story more stuff, because now it's just still another OP character. But, I mean, Felina was supposed to be already pretty strong, so he could have kept that, but I don't know. It's a little less interesting knowing he's still going to be OP and just has this one little flaw. Whatever. So, The question comes up eventually. It's like, why does the Demon Lord want to do this deal in the first place? Atty even mentions he could destroy a whole human realm, but it turns out Demon Lord just wants like 100-year hiatus to go on vacation. He spent 300 years just warring and ruling, and that became dull. And I guess it don't blame him. 300 years of just that, pretty much, it looked like just sitting on a throne, but after that's kind of all out there, Atty seems to be a bit more okay. He's still a little skeptical, but he's going to accompany him either way, mainly to protect Filina's body, and then they see the human around border, and that's where it ends. So, like I said, I liked the first chapter. It was simple, not much going on, but a little bit getting into the plot. So now I just have questions of where I think it's going to go from here. I hope there's not like forced romance between these two. Atty likes Filina, and yeah, it's Filina's body. There could be some comedic moments. It seems like it obviously is going to. I hope they don't just forget Filina is back at the castle, like I mentioned earlier. Really, what I hope this is like they become close, like buddies, just friends, and it becomes like a buddy adventure comedy kind of thing. And then just for the next chapter, or it could be the chapter after, I'm assuming they're already going to get to the capital to revive the other two that are dead. And mainly, I'm just looking forward to see where those two are going to come in. Are they just going to disappear? Are they going to become part of this party? So all kinds of things going to happen. Because there must be some kind of reaction to that. How are they going to deal with this? I don't really know. Or they might take a while to get there. Who knows? I feel like they could just hurry up and rush to that. There could be a whole lot more story. But speaking of a whole lot, Demon Lord mentioned he wanted 100 years, but he only has this body for a year. There must be something else the Demon Lord is aiming for. He might want to be human. If I had to guess anything, he might just want to go ahead, turn into a human, have 100 years to do it for some reason. So I feel like this body's just a start to go looking. He said he could easily march on the human realm and take it over if he wanted. There must be something else. There has to be more depth, more complication to this. And then just my last thought, they don't give him a name. They just keep calling him Demon Lord. And that's another thing that makes me nervous, that they're just going to forget about actual Filina. He doesn't have a name. They need to call him something, because he's not Filina. I need that to be there, but he's probably going to have to pose in disguise as Filina when he talks to other people that would know who she is and recognize her body. So, a whole bunch of comedy stuff is going to be set up, which is to be expected. I'm fine with. I hope it is comedy. I hope it's not too outrageous and dumb, but this obviously isn't going to be a serious story, and I'm fine with that. It's going to be cool. And it's going to be funny. I already like how this first chapter is going. And then the last thing I always like to talk about is the title. Demon Lord Exchange. It works. It's a fine title. It makes sense once you read it. Not the first thing I thought of when I first read the title. Description, of course, helps. Description is pretty much exactly what it is, at least this first chapter. So, yeah, not much to say about it. I'm a little disappointed there's not chapter titles, because those are always interesting. Instead, they're just episodes. This is episode 1. That's it. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on this first chapter. I'm looking forward to reading it. I think it's going to be pretty good, actually. I have hope for this. But let me know what you think. You can leave comments on where you think this is going to go, how you like this first chapter, all that fun stuff. You can do it in comments. You can find me on social media, the AC Stories. Email me at theacstories@gmail.com, or join my Discord, little group there. Links will be in the description for all of that. But if you like what I have to say, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to easily keep up with what I'm doing, go ahead and subscribe. But until next time, that's all I have to say about this chapter. First episode of Demon Lord Exchange. I'm the AC. Thank you and bye.